Dropshipping T-shirts can be a great way to make money, but there are a few things that you need to do to make sure that you're doing it right. So in this video, I'm going to show you what those things are and how you can get started today. Before I do that though, click the link in my description box to download our mistake guide on all of the things that you need to avoid when you're starting a T-shirt brand, whether you're dropshipping or you've got your own brand or whatever it may be. Go and get the free PDF just to make sure that you're on the right track and you're not making the mistakes that we've seen in the past and we've made ourselves. So let's jump into the video. So a lot of people jump into this the dropshipping T-shirt business without actually knowing what they're doing, and they end up losing money. Like I said, we've done this in the past as well. So I'm going to show you how to set everything up correctly from start to finish so that you can avoid these mistakes and start making some real profit. So dropshipping is a knack. It's easy to launch a T-shirt store. Nowadays it's very easy to launch a T-shirt store. You know, there's a gazillion apps and there's online services that all these things can help you get your business up and running in just a couple of days. Although, you know, clothes tend to be quite an impulse purchase. So it's definitely a good niche to get into for dropshippers, meaning most people aren't looking for clothes. Okay, they're not searching for clothes. Some people are, but most people tend to buy clothes on an impulse. You know, they see it then and there, and they just buy it. So it's a great way to, you know, get into dropshipping in this fashion, no pun included. So here are some more reasons I've got written down here to start dropshipping T-shirts. They're cheap to source. It's really cheap to source T-shirts. You know, it's pretty easy to customize your own T-shirt and your own products. And ultimately, everyone needs T-shirts, okay? If you're living in a first world, second world country, you know, T-shirts, you know, everyone pretty much, even third world countries, let's be real. Obviously, a lot of these countries have issues in them, and they're poor. So everyone needs clothes, essentially, all right? And T-shirts are kind of like the 101 of clothing, okay? They go undergarments, they can be actually worn as the garment, and they're really cheap to source, like I said. So they are saying that by 2025, the global demand for custom T-shirts is actually like 10 billion. Okay, 10 billion, you know, globally, yearly. Now you're probably thinking, right, okay, everything sounds perfect, almost too perfect. There must be a catch in terms of dropshipping T-shirts. What is the catch? Ultimately, T-shirt dropshipping is a highly competitive field. A lot of people are doing it, and to succeed, you'll need to, you know, put some sweat into it, roll up your sleeves, and get, you know, working hard on your branding. But don't be discouraged, you know, from opening a store or getting started. You know, marketing any business, in fact, let alone T-shirt dropshipping, it can be exciting. It's a rewarding experience. You know, you can make money, you can change your life, it's profits, you know, you can help those around you, you can really make an impact on people, you can serve a purpose as well. You know, if you have a purpose of wanting to make a change in, I don't know, you know, changing the lives of animal welfare, you know, and you make a T-shirt and you get people around the T-shirt and you get people that support and are aligned with your cause and you get them to wear it, now you're spreading awareness and you're making an impact, okay? So that's how I like to see it. So we're going to navigate a couple things about dropshipping and jump right into it. So the basics of making a T-shirt, like, in terms of dropshipping and making it in a T-shirt business, everyone wants to start a successful, you know, dropshipping business, but first of all, you want to aim for selling high quality T-shirts, okay? Now, when I say high quality T-shirts, I don't mean the fabrics, I just mean the message on the T-shirts. And like I've said before, the message on the T-shirt is more important than the actual T-shirt quality itself, okay? I've bought a number of T-shirts that are not necessarily great in quality, like in terms of touching my skin and how it feels on my skin, but the message on them, like I've got a couple T-shirts in my wardrobe that I haven't worn yet, but they actually have like the Nickelodeon's like nostalgic kind of 90s TV shows that I grew up with, Ren and Stimpy, Hey Arnold, you know, Sister, all of those kind of shows that we had in the UK and Nickelodeon. Like it's got all of them on it, right? And I don't believe the T-shirt is the greatest quality, but the print and what's on it is, and that's what actually made, I think my wife bought it for me. I haven't worn it yet, but it's the message on the T-shirt. Okay, you have to think about the psychology behind why people wear T-shirts. People wear T-shirts because it's an easier way to let the world know what they stand for and what's important to them without having to use their own words for it. Okay, so if someone comes up to me and I'm wearing my Nickelodeon T-shirt, my nostalgic T-shirt, on a subconscious level, I'm wearing it because I want people to know that I was, that's my era. I want people to know that I appreciate, and those TV shows meant a lot to me. I want people to know that I was a huge fan of Nickelodeon, and I want people to know that I'm into nostalgic things. Like, nostalgia hits me like everyone else. Okay, so these are the things that I want the world to see and appreciate and know when they see the T-shirt, they're like, oh, okay. And then what's going to happen is if I'm walking down the high street and there's someone else that is an 80s baby that grew up around these TV shows and appreciated them and appreciated Nickelodeon, now we're going to have something in common straight away without ever having to exchange words. Okay, we ain't exchanged one word, but he's wearing a Nickelodeon T-shirt from the 90s. I'm wearing a Nickelodeon T-shirt from the 90s. We both understand, okay, we've got something in common straight away. And same with like the RSPC T-shirts, RSPCA or NSPCC. Like, you're wearing a T-shirt because of what's important to you. The message on the T-shirt is what's important to you, okay? And people instantly know this just by seeing the T-shirt, okay? So a lot is going on when you're wearing a T-shirt. So you want to make T-shirts for people that can wear it and straight away tell the world what they value and what's important to them without ever having to say a word, okay? So where was I? I've kind of gone off on a tangent. So the T-shirts have to be high quality, but it's more so the message on them. Also, it's best to come up with your own prints rather than resell already made T-shirts. This way you can work on your own brand to stand out from like the other competitors, okay? Like, so you might be thinking, right, okay, is it still drop shipping if I'm creating custom prints? Don't I have to have a store to store my T-shirts? And yeah, it is still drop shipping. And no, you don't have to have your store. You don't have to have a store to make custom T-shirts. There's print on demand services which I will link to in the description box. We use Printful. Printful is incredible. Like, they literally will take your image and they will print your image onto whatever T-shirt that your customer orders and send it straight to their house, okay? And they'll give you the profits. They'll take their cut for the T-shirt and they'll give you the profit. So you never have to actually order the T-shirt yourself, have stock of the T-shirt yourself, or ever keep inventory or a ton of boxes at your home for the product. It's genius, okay? So Printful is definitely one that I highly recommend. There are others out there as well that you can check out and do some research on if you just Google print on demand, but Printful is one that I highly recommend. But ultimately, people want to know, is T-shirt dropshipping profitable? And yes, as long as your branding game is strong, you can sell T-shirts, at a 50% margin and make good money. So for example, if you're selling a T-shirt for $25 or 25 quid, 25 pounds, and you get £12.50 from each sale, you only need to sell 100 T-shirts per month to make 1,250. Now, 100 T-shirts per month, that is not a lot. That works out to about 3 a day. You can sell 3 T-shirts a day. I'm telling you, with the internet, there is no way you will not be able to sell 3 T-shirts a day. Okay, it's just impossible. It's pretty much impossible. So, with the right marketing, obviously. So, of course, you need to invest, in advertising initially, marketing, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, which will cut into your profit, but it's a necessary step to attract your first customer and build the online presence. Now, let's just run through some quick numbers. So like I said, if you're selling a T-shirt for £25 and you get £12.50 from each sale, your margin, let's say your marketing budget has to come out of that £12.50, okay? So let's say you want to aim to make, I don't know, £6.50 from each sale, okay? Or £6.25. If we halve £12.50 in half, that gives you £6.25. £6.25 needs to go to your marketing and £6.25 can be your profit, okay? So it now needs to cost you £6.25 to acquire a customer. Okay, it needs to cost you £6.25 to acquire a customer. Anything more or anything less, it's going to start to eat into your profit margin, okay? So when you're running these ads, your cost per purchase on your Facebook ads or Instagram ads needs to be around £6.25. If you're targeting, I don't know, if you've made a t-shirt about that says The Mask on it. You know, the 90s film, the green face guy, The Mask, that played by Jim Carrey. Say you made a t-shirt, it had his face on it, obviously put aside copyright issues or whatever, and you targeted Jim Carrey fans, okay, and they purchased the t-shirt, okay, you would need to acquire a customer by the time it reaches £6.50. If it goes past £6.50, you need to turn off the ad and stop targeting Jim Carrey customers and target something else. Target people that enjoy comedy movies or Hollywood films, or you need to keep testing different interests until you can produce a customer or attract a customer for £6.25 or below. Okay, that's how it is. So straight away, if you spend £6.50 and you don't acquire a customer, I would turn it off. I would turn off the ad and I'll start targeting other people. Now, what's going to happen is you're either going to end up targeting about 20 to 30 different interests on Facebook and Instagram, and you would found an interest that's going to give you a customer for £6.25, or you're not. You're going to test all of them, and none of them are going to give you a customer at £6.25. So then you need to say, okay, I can't get a customer for this price, okay? I'm not going to sell this t-shirt no more because I'm not profitable. I can't produce a profit, right, at the right price. So sometimes I get asked, like, from people, you know, when is the best time to, you know, stop selling something? Because people tell me, you know, I should hang in there in the long run and keep working, don't give up. But then I don't want to be selling or trying to do something if it's got no hope to begin with, right? And it's a good question because I've been here, and sometimes I'm here myself, even till today. And the way I put it down, what I always drop it down to is, if it can't make sense, I have to move on. If I exhaust every situation and it still can't move forward, then I need to move on to something else. Okay, there's a saying, if there's a will, there's a way. So as long as there's a way to do something and still get a result, then you need to find the willpower to do it and keep doing it. But eventually you're going to exhaust every avenue. And once you've exhausted every avenue, keep looking for more avenues. And then once you've exhausted those avenues, then it's time to call it a day. But as long as there's still opportunities and options on the table, you need to attack them and exhaust them, okay? So that's my thoughts on like when to quit and when to keep carrying on. But ultimately, you need to put aside a marketing budget to sell the t-shirt and understand that out of every £25 you're making, 50% needs to go to producing a t-shirt, which is going to leave you with £12.50 after that. And then out of that £12.50, you need to acquire a customer out of that £12.50. Now, I know t-shirt companies that are costing them maybe £2.50 to acquire a customer, okay, and you can get it down really that low. That's probably like every 3 or 4 clicks they get in a sell, okay? So you just need to play with things and keep trying to find new interests and new people to target to get your cost per purchase as low as possible, okay? And that's ultimately it when it comes down to trying to find a customer. So a couple quotes that I just want to leave you with here is that people don't buy goods and services, they buy relations, stories, and magic, okay? This explains why Kanye West's plain t-shirts were sold out for like $120 back in 2013. In fact, the website that was selling them even crashed in the process. That's how much people were trying to buy these plain white t-shirts for $120. Like, yeah, it looks like a decent t-shirt, but it was sold out because Kanye West designed it, okay? And not because of his reinforced neckline or because of the color of white that it was. I mean, if you can get different colors of white. But, you know, it's not, it just takes magic. People buy the magic. People buy the stories behind things. They buy, you know, the meaning. And you need to put aside, like, you know, people are going to buy my t-shirts because of the quality and the fabrics. You know, quality and fabrics mean nothing unless you can tie a story to the quality and fabric. So you could say, this is the finest Egyptian cotton. Okay. But what does that mean? If you added a story and said, this is the finest Egyptian cotton, right? Hand woven by the ancestors of Tutankhamun in Egypt, okay? There's an area in Egypt where Tutankhamun, from the village that Tutankhamun came from, and his ancestors and his townsmen now weave this intricate Egyptian cotton, and we produce our clothing with these same hands that, these same fabrics that were created by Tutankhamun's ancestries and townsmen. How much more of a powerful story is that than just saying this is Egyptian cotton and it's soft? It means nothing. Soft, all right, it's soft. There's lots of things that are soft. But when you weave a story into something, it makes it that much more powerful. And people go, there's so much more, it's so much more compelling, and it has so much more gravitas to it. It pulls you forward. So it's about linking the story. And sometimes you got to stretch. I'll be honest, sometimes you have to stretch the truth. Sometimes your t-shirt is just bog standard. But you have to, as a marketer, you have to think that you work for Disney, and you have to come up with an elaborate, like, fancy story to tie into your brand, right? And I'm not saying here to lie, because ethics is a big deal, but I'm saying sometimes you have to fabricate, sometimes you have to exaggerate, and sometimes you just have to amplify whatever it is that you're doing to make it sound good. Like I said with the Egyptian cotton thing, maybe this Egyptian cotton isn't being hand woven by Tutankhamun's people, but maybe you can find something about Egypt and link it to your clothing and make it, Egyptian cotton is it's hand woven by machines that they are handcrafted, not just the big mechanical digital ones nowadays. It's the old school ones, the ones that they used to use 200-300 years ago. So now you've got the authenticity story going for you, as opposed to just being a modernized brand trying to make money. So try and find, even if you got to stretch the truth and exaggerate it, try and find that story to link back to your brand. Now back to the Kanye West thing. You might be thinking, yeah, but I'm not Kanye West, I'm not going to be able to get $120 for my t-shirt. And no, you won't. But you don't need to be the one to sell overclosed price, like I said, overpriced clothing, but you do need a story behind your brand. And that's my point with the Kanye West thing, okay? Kanye West is a story. Okay, you might be thinking, yeah, but how did he get $120 from thing? What was his story? There was no story. Kanye West is the story. He is the story. He's the genius kid that grew up in Chicago, came from nothing to something, became a producer, then cracked producing and became a rapper, then cracked rapping and jumped into fashion and cracked fashion, and now he's a mogul, billionaire mogul. That is the story. Okay, that is the story behind the white t-shirt. Okay, so it's about, maybe you have your own story. Like, I never forget, I was speaking to a guy around, I don't know, I think about 6 months ago to a year, and he said, what do you think of the name of this clothing brand? The story behind it is, I'm creating athletic wear for people, like athlete wear, that athletes can wear. It's a sportswear brand. I said, okay, cool, sounds good. What's your story? I said to him, what's your background? Just tell me a little bit more about your background before I critique your brand. And he said, you know what, I've got a disability. I was one of the only people with my disability in the United Kingdom, or I think 1 out of 5 people. To survive. I was not meant to survive. I think it was spina bifida or something that he had. And he now wants to create a brand to show people that it doesn't matter what setbacks you get or what disabilities you have, you still can compete and still create something as good as those that don't have a disability. Okay? And I said to him, bro, that's your story. Like, that is your story. That what you've just told me, your background is moving enough to be your story. And he goes, what do you mean? That's just me though. Like, that's not like fancy. That's just my story. And I said, yeah, exactly. But that story, the fact that you're disabled, right, and you want to make a change and inspire other people that have disabilities, that you can make it no matter what, regardless of your disabilities, right? That's your story. That's what you should be leading with. Your brand should be centered around that, right? You can still be athletic wear and still be a sports brand, but you're now the sports brand that is designed to inspire and motivate other people with disabilities or whatever setbacks they're going through, to shine the light and let them know that it doesn't matter what they're going through and their disability, they can still achieve what they want to achieve. That is the story. And he went, oh yeah, I get it now. Okay, so he went away and now he's tweaked it and now he's seeing the results. He's selling hundreds of t-shirts a day. He's doing what he needs to do, all because he got in contact with his story. And sometimes your story is staring you right in the face, but because you've heard your story 100 times, because you've had to live it, you now devalue it. You don't value your story because you've had to live it. You have to go through your story every day. Okay, so you've stopped valuing it. Okay, but to fresh ears, to brand new ears, when they hear your story, they'll be like, wow, it's powerful. Okay, sometimes we don't value what's in our brains and the knowledge that we have, because we think that everyone just must know, you know, everyone must know this, what I know. Everyone must go through what I'm going through, but it's not always the case. Okay, so you have to extract it, know that you have value, and share that value with others. Okay, it's moving. So sometimes you don't even have to create or elaborate or exaggerate. Sometimes your story is staring you right in the face. Okay, and a good place to start is when you're thinking about it is just what interests you, right? If you ain't got a story and your story is pretty bland and you just feel like, yeah, you grew up, is what it is. You know, nothing majorly has happened. You know, maybe you're a dog lover. Maybe you could be selling t-shirts with cute dog prints or like clever little witty phrases like, I work hard so my dog can have a better life, you know, or I work hard so my cat can enjoy the finest milk. You know, make a statement. Like, statements are funny. You know, you can make a statement about climate change. Yeah, you could design, I don't know, an environmentally themed t-shirt like the one that Eco, you know, used to do, or they do now, you know, where there's the t-shirt and it says, because there is no planet B, which is a play on words. There is no plan B, there is no planet B, meaning we have to work on the planet that we have now, you know, because if that goes wrong, there is no planet B to back up. Yeah, so, or maybe you're into arts, you know, you can create an original drawing and then you can sell the t-shirt with the original drawing as a print. Or you can maybe donate 10% to an organization that, you know, plants trees, or any cause that, any charity that you like, you know, and align yourself with them, and you'll have yourself a nice little brand. The key is to pick up a niche that you're naturally drawn to, or a theme that you're naturally drawn to, so that you can create a strong branding strategy and create a community around that brand. Okay, the key is to pick a niche that you're naturally drawn to. Do not overthink this point. If I can stress anything in today's video, is do not overthink it. Things that you're naturally drawn to is things that you're probably not going to value. Okay, it's because you've just been into it for so long that you probably don't value it, but there is a community out there and a niche for what you're doing. There was once a lady that she went to work, and she used to love watching soap operas, okay? But she used to miss the soap operas because she worked nights, okay? And in the UK, the soap operas come on 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. in the evening. So what she did was she quit her job and she started watching, she quit her job and she started watching soaps and documenting them as a magazine, and giving them to women that had to work late shifts or worked in the daytime and didn't manage to catch up on their latest soaps. She put together this magazine that done a breakdown of all of the episodes, so for people that missed the episode, they could stay up to date and, you know, catch up. This then turned into the Soap Operas Digest, which is one of the biggest magazines in the world nowadays, okay? The Soap Operas Digest, and that's how it got started, okay? Her story was born from her simply not being able to watch the TV shows and missing out on them, so she quit her job, started watching them and documenting them, and to help others stay up to date with the latest soap and what's going on in them whilst they're at their job, okay? And now it's become the Soap Operas Digest. So my point is, you can take anything. Like, this is soap. She just loved soaps, okay? She loved soap, and she managed to turn something great, something by helping others, right? It came from helping others as well, but she turned something that on paper it's like soaps. Like, you know, most people would not quit their job to start a soap magazine and write about soaps to help others stay up to date with them. But there you have it. And that should be proof that you can make anything happen. You can make anything that you're interested in into a business. I'm sitting here in my office and we've got a stack of boxes in the corner, and I bet someone in this world that has a passion for boxes, brown boxes, different shape, size boxes, can make and turn this into some kind of a passion, a business. This passion into a business, whether it be selling the boxes themselves on eBay, Amazon, or having a website where people can buy empty boxes, if they want to move house, if they want to send products or whatever. Maybe you can just blog about the different boxes there are in life. Maybe you can start a blog about where and how boxes are made and the process. There's probably like 27 to 30 different things that you can make money from just from boxes. Okay, now again, gone off on a tangent, but what I'm trying to show you here is that you can create a t-shirt brand out of anything that you're into. Okay, it just takes a little bit of creativity and a little bit of action. Okay, so ultimately, dropshipping T-shirts is not dead. In 2022, moving on to 2023, it is growing. By 2025, it's gonna be worth 10 billion USD. Okay, and there really aren't that many catches to it. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the description box below to Printful. Printful is basically a website where you can set up dropshipping. So you upload your designs and then you just promote the link. You promote your link, and if anyone clicks your link and buys your t-shirt, you get a cut. You get 50%, or I believe it's even 60%, and Printful take the other 40%. So you don't even need to have money up front to invest, and you can still be making money. Okay, the internet is wild, it's wonderful, and I'm grateful for it. I've been able to create multiple successful businesses on it, and I wish that same success for you. So if you have any questions or concerns, hit me up in the comments. I'm enjoying the feedback. We're really building like a nice little community here on YouTube. I've done the Instagram, I've done the Facebooks, but I think YouTube is my favorite platform only because, the amount of time that we can spend together on this platform in terms of you watching the videos, in terms of me being in the comments, talking to you guys, in terms of you sharing the videos around to friends, family, in terms of me commenting on those videos that you share on your social media. There's so many ways that we can connect and conversate. I prefer that than just like an Instagram where you post a video and that's it, and then comment, post it. It lacks the interaction that YouTube has, that I appreciate. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'm thinking about uploading these podcasts to Spotify, only because I follow a guy online and he stresses the importance of Spotify and the growth and how you can affect so many and impact so many people on Spotify, because people are driving all the time as well and stuff nowadays, so they're on the move, so it'd be good for me to be on there. So we'll see. A couple of you have requested it as well, but we'll see. For now, we're on the YouTube and we're going to stay here and keep doing our thing. So I appreciate you, I care for the community, and I will speak to you and catch you in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, it really helps with the algorithms, and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about t-shirt dropshipping. Let me know if it's something that you're doing right now, or if it's something that you want to get into and how you're going to get into it. Maybe you can drop a comment on your theme that you're thinking about getting into, and I can kind of critique it or encourage it and let you know whether I think it could be a hit or a miss. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, so I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Peace.